Welcome to Coastal Foraging with Craig Evans. I've not been on YouTube for a while, and as you can hear, Clow's still about, he's barking in the background. We're here today now to do a bit of foraging along the coast, but we're inland a little bit, just going to get some wild garlic, just to flavour what we're going to get later on. And as you can see, it's a bit of an autumn day, a bit rough, but a lovely part of the world. Right, we're in the woodland now and looking for some wild garlic. Now it's October, so there's no signs of any garlic anywhere because the leaves and the flowers would have died down and all the goodness has been concentrated in the bulbs themselves. So I'm going to be digging here at random because I know that there are garlic bulbs here. So let's have a random dig over this way. And yeah, here's a wild garlic. Can't really mistake it for anything else. You have a really strong garlicky smell. Not the biggest here, but we'll dig a few more up now. When it comes to the legalities of doing this, when you're digging up any plant by its root, you really need to have the landowner's permission. So quite fortunate here in which we have. Yeah, that's how they appear. There's some bigger ones, and that's the kind of pieces we're looking for. Unlike normal garlic that's a shop bought or grown, they come in corms which you peel off. These are just one single bulb. So very useful plant and very common. Right, just come across next to the wild garlic now, a fallen tree, I think it's ash in this case, and you can see on it these fungi which are oyster mushrooms. Very nice to eat, and in this case it's the actual third flush of these. So they first came out in July, there's another flush at the end of August, and this is the third now. So nice oyster mushrooms there. So I don't know yet, but we may use them in our forage recipe in a bit. Yeah, a few prawns now. We'll eat some of those later on. Put them in the bag and away we go. Something for you to see. Yeah, it's a male common show crab. Yeah, they're here by the very common. They're here by the million. Okay, the green and an orangey reds type. No difference in the species, but a bit small to eat. But that's as big as they go. We'll put it back. Yeah. Right, this little rock pool now, with a big area and only one small place for organisms to hide. So I'm just going to put my hand in one side and try and scoop along the prawns and things into the net. See how it goes. Net on that way. There you go. It's as easy as that. These prawns now, common prawns, Palmeon serratus, the name is. They've got a few pairs of pinchers in the front to feed themselves with, and they're called serratus because as a protection they've got this spike on the front, and if you look closely, you've got like a serrated horn there, so it's smooth that way and very rough that way. The idea being is if it's eaten by a fish, it'll get caught in that and it'll spit it out. So yeah, common and delicious. We've come across these anemones now. They're called snake locks anemones. Now these anemones can inflict quite a painful sting, but if you've got the thick skin on your hand, it probably is not going to sting you. But if they were kept on this thin part like your arm, they'll give you some nasty lesions and welts. They're quite a powerful animal, these. These are here. They clone themselves, they bud off and they can spread. And these feed by catching small fish, small shrimps, plankton. There's another version of these which is much more photogenic. It's a bright green with purple tips, and the purple tips and the bright green in particular contains algae which photosynthesizes and actually gives the animal sugars. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you may find a species of spider crab living in that called Leach's spider crab, and it uses the anemone as the same way that clownfish use anemones in tropical regions, because they're there for shelter and they're not stung. So yeah, it's amazing what you find in the sea and all the relationships that develop over the years. Right, we're on our way down to the beach now to catch some clams, mussels, cockles and whatever else. But part of the meal we're going to make, we'll chop up some of these nice red, ripe rose hips. Full of vitamin C, rose hips. So we'll prepare these later. We'll chop them open, get rid of the seeds inside, and we'll stir fry them as part of our meal. Just going to pick a few of these mussels now, plenty about, good size. That's enough for our needs today. So, whenever you're foraging, always just take enough for your needs, never overpick, and try and gather from separate parts, not too much in one spot. Right, we've gathered some mussels now, and up on the cliffs we've had some sea beet. Next we're going to concentrate on finding some soft shell clams, also known as Maya clams or otter shells. And I'm speaking like this now because it's windy out there, and just in case you can't pick up on the sound. So let's go for it. So what we're doing now, we've found a hole which squirted out. A soft shell clam will be about 10 inches to a foot below the sand level. So I'm digging down around it, being careful not to cut my fingers on buried shells. I'm digging either side of it because it's quite a fragile shell. And here we go. And soft shell clam or Maya clam or otter shell. I'll just go and wash it off for you to see. Right, it's called a soft shell clam, not because its shell is soft, but because it's got this mantle in between which can't close, so it's always soft, you see. And what these do, these live down, like I say, that far down the under the sand, and they have a siphon which comes up to the top. So when the tide comes in, the siphon will come out and it'll suck in water through the siphon and feed on the organic matter, and that's how it lives. It's got a small foot there which it uses to bury itself, but unlike razor clams which go up and down, they burrow, these always stay down at the same level, and the siphon goes up and down. So we cook some of these, and quite nice to eat. Yeah, what we're looking for on this sparse beach now is signs of the clams. So what you're looking for, a dimple or a mound or some sign to show that it's there. So just down below us now, there's that depression. So when I scrape it away, if water squirts out, what that is, that's the clam itself that's drawing its siphon very quickly, and that's a real giveaway that there's a clam there. So I'll try it. We've moved away now from digging the soft shell clams. We now come into an area where I believe there's cockle beds. So cockles will be living just about that far under the surface. So I'm just going to probe with my fingers and see what we get. Another one. We don't take too many. There are literally billions on the beach here, but we'll just take enough. There's enough for a meal and for our needs. Yeah, that's enough for a little snack. As a bit of a condiment to our food later on, we're going to use something called pepper dulse or sea truffle. It's very short seaweed. So all it is, a bit feathery and delicious. It's best to eat it raw. My favourite seaweed. It tastes of garlic of all things, a little bit of chilli and quite aromatic truffle. Very nice. So we'll pick some of that. Just come back to a sheltered area now where we're going to cook our food, just to show you what we've gathered over the last hour or so, say. We've got some nice big soft shell clams, some rose hips, some cockles, rocks on fire. I've got some wild garlic, which you saw earlier. Found some prawns, some nice mussels and some sea beet. So we're going to cook this up now. We're going to stir fry some of it and we're going to make a nice meal and hope you enjoy. Stir-fried prawns, sea beet, rock samphire and some rose hips in wild garlic and butter. Let's see what it's like, is it? Right then, so we've put some more garlic in now, a bit more butter. We're going to put the soft shell clams in the bottom. Like so. Put some water in, get the steam going. I'm going to put in the mussels and the cockles. Just like that. Then we've got some prawns. Put in some of the rose hips. Top there. Nice bit of colour there. And I'm going to put this in now, which is stag's horn plantain. Nice thing in the middle there. And we'll just put it on and wait. Right then, we're cooking now for about 5 minutes, steamed nicely, and let's have a look. Oh yeah, there we are, lovely. As you can see in there now, we've got the, on the top there, we've got the stag's horn, got the cockles, mussels, prawns cooking nicely, a few of the rose hips, stag's on plantain, it's cooked nicely through. Underneath it all we've got the soft shell clams. So we serve the smaller clams and the prawns first of all, and then I'll show you how to prepare the soft shell clams in a short while. We'll serve them on these oyster dishes now, which we foraged earlier in the year, not far away from here. Right then, soft shell clams now, they've been steaming away for between 5 and 6 minutes. That's his shell obviously. Now the thing is with these, two textures, two flavours. So first bit is you get the siphon, which extends to about that far up under the sand to filter feed. So to prepare these you need to get your knife under there. There's like a film or a tough skin that you need to get out. Is the knife going through there now? Like that. So what we do then, you peel that off. Right, then there's the foot part then, which it uses to dig itself in with. That's a distinct flavour again. So they're there. The thing is, it's all edible. Some bits nicer than others. So these bits are quite nice. Now keep these bits for Clow. Clow loves these. So that down there. Excuse my fingers. There you are. So there's steamed soft shell clams with common prawns, mussels, cockles, rose hips, all cooked and steamed in with wild garlic and a bit of butter. Yeah, very nice. Proud of that. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please like and share, and if you'd like to come along on a course, please visit my website www.coastalforaging.co.uk, and I'll see you next time.